Good morning. Welcome to Sacred Enzyme. We got Benji going here in the background, so we're going to have to talk over the top of him. I want to talk today about Christmas because the other day I made a video and at the end of it I said it's time for us to clean up all of our Thanksgiving stuff and get our Christmas stuff out, and that I celebrate Christmas and it's all about Christ consciousness and love. So I want to talk about the origin of Christmas and how it connects to my own background as a Randolph, coming from a wolf clan and the wolf lineages that are all over the world, and they're here because they've survived cataclysms, guys. It's all there is to it. It was about survival. We've had many epochs on this planet. Okay, so when we think of Christmas, we're just picturing the snowy North Pole, reindeer flying with the sled, and Santa with presents and all this nonsense. Well, the story of Christmas, it didn't begin with the Coca-Cola bear or Jesus in Bethlehem like people think. It has nothing to do with that, guys, okay? The roots of Christmas lie in the North Pole, like the story goes, in a world our ancestors called the Heims, the H-E-I-M-S, Heims. This is the realms of mist, light, ice, fire, and ancient tribes who shaped the world's inner mythology. And at the center of it all sits one group, and they're the Wolf Clans of Midgard, the guardians of the threshold between cycles, the one who carries the primordial mother's 12-strand loom into the 13th hour, guys. So we're going to uncover how Christmas, the North Pole, Santa Claus, and the wolf people were all originally part of the same cosmology here, guys. Okay, so let's talk about Santa Claus. The figure we call Santa Claus is really a composite of the Arctic Sky Father, the Winter Watcher, the Boundary Guardian, and the Gift Bringer, okay? His home at the North Pole reflects an ancient truth, though. The pole is the cosmic axis where the year resets. The place where light returns after the Solstice, and the home of the Heim reigns. His red and white colors were originally not fashion, guys. They were cosmology. The red is the mother's bloodline. This is menstrual blood, guys. This is why everything has to do with 13 and 28. There's 13 periods in a year. There's 28 days between your period. Okay? The red, the mother's bloodline, the earth womb, the 12. White, the father's seed line, the skylight, the number 1, okay? Twisted together like a candy cane. The red and the white, 1 plus 12 equals 13. It's the 13th. Guys, don't you understand? We have to bring the mother and father back together, just like we have to bring the mother and father together right now in 3-dimensional. It's got to be the mother and the father, guys, together, holding up the family. It can't be any other way. It can't be any other way. It's the 13. It's a new cycle, guys. It's back to reunion. This was the clause. The clausium, the closing and opening of ages, and the one who understood these cycles best were the Midgard Wolf Clans. Let's talk about the Christmas tree. The evergreen tree is the ancient axis Mundi. Okay, it's not a mistake that when I was first being contacted in these other realms during my astral, that I was told to plant all evergreens and to plant an orchard in my yard. Little did I know that last night I would get such an overload of exactly why all of this is and why all of us have to know what's going on right now, guys. The points are coming into focus. The time is click and close, guys. This is serious. We got to wake up. Okay, the evergreen tree was decorated with lights. These are the stars of Alfheim. Alfheim, guys. The orbs, the 12 worlds. The tinsel, the serpent line, guys. The serpent line winding around the trunk. The star on the top is the North Pole. If you think I'm not putting stars on my house and on my tree because everyone wants to say it's demonic, no. This is 5 has to go back into every single number in this equation. 5 is the number of love. This is why if you have a numerology 5 or you're born on the 5th day of the month, this is why you're pretty, guys. You come from Venus. You're encoded with Venus. This is what the star forts were. This is all encoded. The star forts are encoded for the star of Venus. Venus is our twin. They were trying to tell us a long time ago that what we do here has to be combined with the heart. Every single planet is combined with a 5. They have to have five-star status, guys, to get to 13. To get to 13. Heaven, folks. It's the secret. The secret is 13. Okay, so the reindeer, the shamans of the north, the reindeer were the first domesticated animal of Arctic peoples. They're connected to the winter rites, to soul travel, shamanic journeys, midwinter gift giving. The Samis, guys, the Sami shamans. These are the Niflheim people. They use reindeer as literal guides between realms. The original flying reindeer, they came from the Sami, guys. Their migrations are seen as the path of the returning sun. Again, this belongs to the Heim cosmology. Yeah, are you getting that word Heim ringing in your ear right now? The linguistic bells are probably going off all over. It sounds really German, doesn't it? Okay, the Heim realms. The map behind Christmas, folks. The ancient people divided the north into different realms. We had the Niflheim. These were the people that came from the mist, the fogs, or they held the ice memory. Then we had the Muspelheim. These were the fire, the ignition, and the disruptors. These are your cons and all of these different people that came through right when they were clicked in on this cycle of this phoenix right here to usher in change. They walk between the realms. They walk between the cycles. They're the cycle enders, cycle bringers, guys. Vanaheim, water, fertility, the mother's line. Ulfheim, these were the light beings. They were the ones that carried the crystalline codes. The Jotunheim, these are our giants, our ancestor giants, guys. Asgard, these are the sky kings. This is where law and solstice authority came from, and then we had Midgard. This is the bridge realm. This is where the watchers are. Christmas is the solstice crossing, the moment Midgard receives the returning solar light. Santa is Asgard. The tree is the axis. The reindeer, they're the Niflheim. The lights, they're the Ulfheim. The gifts, they're the Vanaheim. The water giants, those were the Jotunheim. Every part of the modern holiday comes from these archetypes, guys, from these groups. But there's one archetype that ties it all together, and that's Midgard. Midgard, the Midgard, the midway, the in-between, the realm walker, the wing makers, the wind makers, excuse me. Midgard wasn't Earth. It meant the middle enclosure. Are you following me? The inner enclosure. The realm of the boundary keepers, the one who held the gate between worlds. These are the Wolf Clans. This is why SSP looks for people who have wolf encoding, guys. Do you hear me? They look for serpent coding and wolf coding. It's because they want to walk between worlds and they want to be able to change this wheel. You know why? Because mama ain't playing around. I've told you guys a while back. Mama's coming home and she's going to spank some ass. She is. She is. When you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Okay? They call themselves the children of the wolf because the wolf sees in the dark. The wolf guards the threshold. The wolf travels between realms. The wolf howls when cycles turn. They're the tuners, the vibration tuners in the universe. And the wolf leads the soul through the longest night. At the winter solstice, the world enters the longest night. The wolf people were the ones who kept watch until the light returned. This is why the Christmas story is full of watchers. The North Pole, shepherds, guardians, stars, all of these things. So I'm going to give you a list of the people that we're going to talk about. And I'm going to talk a little bit, give you a little highlight on them, and then we're going to break down each one of these clans individually so we can get an idea about who these people are. And you'll be quite surprised when we go through these clans who these modern day groups are now and what's going on in the world that is surrounding these groups. It's going to make your head explode. I kid you not. All right. So we've got the Haruli or the Iruli. These were the noble wolves. Migration era wolf tribe across Scandinavia and Europe. We got the Wolflings or the Wifelings. These are the Anglo-Saxon royal line. The Wolf Clan kings of early Britain. These are Beowulf. Okay, so we got the Volsungs. This is the she-wolf ancestry line. They claim to be born of a she-wolf, and the serpent-wolf hybrid symbolism is alive and well in their architecture. Roman Lupi. Okay, these are the wolves. They're from Rome, guys. The Wolf Brotherhoods. Roman, Remus, Romulus, anyone? These are the Wolf Legions, the Threshold Guardians of the Empire. The Turkic Hashina. Come on, ghost. Mommy's trying to do something. Stop. She wants to go outside. The lineage of the Sacred Wolf Mother. And then we've got the Hittite Wolf Warriors. They wore ritual wolf masks, and they were into wolf initiation cults. And the Hittites were destroyed from history. If you remember, go back and look at what happened to the Hittites. Boy, I tell you what, they just were talking about them like the worst piece of on the bottom of your shoe that ever was. Okay, then we got the Dacian people who were completely wiped out, but it's today the modern day Romanians. And this is why I said, gives the whole Erica Kirk thing a whole new perspective, guys. These were the wolf serpent standards. And your exact archetype between the 12th and 13th are the bridgers of right now. We've got the Slavic, Voltov tribes, the wolf ancestor families across Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. The Celtic wolf clans, the Lagian, the Sillers, and the Travantes. These are wolf totem people. We've got Iberia, the Lusitanian wolf warriors of Spain and Portugal, the Sarmatian Allen wolf knights. These were the chivalry wolf brotherhoods that were brought to Britain, and then the Samis that we already mentioned before. These are the Arctic wolf pack shamans of the polar realm. And so we've got a whole constellation of wolf people behind Midgard, guys. So how this all becomes Christmas? Christmas is the solstice mist of the return of the Sun King, Asgard, the guardianship of the wolf clans, Midgard, the lights of Alfheim, the mist of Nephilim, the gifts of Vanaheim, the fire of Muspelheim, the giants of Jotunheim, keeping the long night. The entire modern holiday is a survival of the Heim cosmology, guys. Santa's the traveling sky father. Reindeer are the soul guides of the north. The trees, the world axis. The lights are the stars. The red and white is the braid of mother and father. The marriage, the union. And the light in the long night belongs to the wolf clans. So this episode is going to be a doorway into a lot of episodes. So I got to take my animals out. She's just bored. She's been out like 5 times this morning already. She just wants to go out and play. So I'm going to take them out and let them play. So they'll be settled down when I do come back and do my next video. So we're going to go over each one of these Heim realms. And you know, this name Heim is on the end of a lot of people's names too. So you'd have to go back and look at your own name. Go back and look at the names in your family, guys. I mean, it's all coded in our names. So with that, when you come and find me, I'll be here. We're living the past, present, and the future, all at the same time. I got to take my ghosty girl out and let her play around for a few minutes, and then I'll be back to do part 2 and part 3 and maybe a part 4. So I hope to catch you then. Bye-bye. All right, let's go on.